Pokémon, a franchise that took the world by storm and defined the childhoods of many. It has only gotten more popular with time, but what was Pokémon like way back then? More specifically, how has competitive Pokémon changed over the years for those striving to be the very best? Now that is exactly what we are here to find out. In this series, Jeexx and I will embark on an adventure to be the very best, exploring through time and space to rediscover Pokémon's past formats. In each episode, both of us will bring two teams and battle it out in a best of 3 match, and the one who wins with both teams first is crowned the champion of the episode. We hope you enjoy this trip to Pokemon's evolution with us. Welcome to the Pokemon Progression Series, A Journey Through Time. Generation 5, Unova, with Black and White and Black and White 2, was the first region to not be based in Japan and instead was based on parts of the USA. It added a hopping 156 new Pokemon, the most out of any generation, and had some insanely powerful mons for both singles and VGC, like Excadrill, Ferrothorn, and the Jinx, just to name a few, but definitely was the first generation to introduce a lot of power creep into Pokemon. It also added hidden abilities as a mechanic as well as Scald, an incredibly flexible move with good base power and a high chance of inflicted burn, as well as Gems, a series of items that give a once per game 50% boost to a move of its type when used for the first time. Generation 5 also finally removed the defense halving mechanic from Explosion and Self-Destruct, drastically decreasing their raw power. However, none of these changes defined the 5th generation as Weather did. Often referred to as the Weather generation, abilities like Drizzle, Drought, and Sandstream now brought permanent weather into battle, often referred to as Auto Weather, only fading upon a new weather being applied, resulting in many weather wars in almost every single match in Generation 5. What is up guys and girls, ladies and lads, welcome back to the Pokemon Prog series. This time we are back to Generation 5 with Generation 5 PU. So obviously last time was a little different. We did Pokemon Champions for the anniversary episode, but now we're back on track. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we're working with here. So Generation 5 PU, and for the first team, I'm just running a pretty balanced out team here. I have my Fire, Water, Grass core, and the Shepherds of you might realize here that, oh, Simisear, that's a Zeomon. Why are you running Simisear? I wanted the Fire, Water, Grass core, but if you look at the tier, there are a total of 3 fire types in the entire tier, and the 2 other ones being Monferno and Rapidash, those both obviously being physical attackers. And I really wanted a special attacker, which means that the best option that I had was go down into ZU, and in ZU there are 2 fire types that are actually special attack. No, okay, Makarko is a special attacker, but it doesn't do anything. But there are the only other special attacker there is Heatmore, and Heatmore is 65 base speed, which is way too slow. So, welcome Simisear on the team. But other stuff that we're working with, we have Duosion here, which Duosion I think is so insanely good in this tier. The only funny thing here is that, because Jeexx loves Banette so much, I think it's very likely to bring Banette, but that's one thing that I don't really want to build my teams around. Okay, I'm pretty sure Jeexx is gonna come this, Jeexx is gonna... God damn it. I don't think Jeexx is gonna bring this Pokemon. Oh, sorry, I think Jeexx is gonna bring this Pokemon just because he likes it. Because if I'm building teams on that basis, the team building process becomes a lot more boring. Because either I correctly land the Stellar Bullet and win that way, or I don't and I get smoked because I prepare for something obscure. Neither of those outcomes are really fun. So I think it's more fun to just look at the tier overall and try to build accordingly. But yeah, Duosion here, Eviolite and Magic Guard, funny enough, Duosion has the same, I think Chroniclus also, if I'm not mistaken, Duosion doesn't get more, Runiclus is the same special attack stat as its evolution at 125. It just gets more bulky with Runiclus. Obviously, we don't care about the speed stat or anything like that. Eviolite makes us bulky still. So we're essentially just running what the closest I can describe it is just an itemless Runiclus in PU, which feels really powerful, especially obviously with Magic Guard. Command and Recover here. A Psychic is just our move that we're going to click most of the time, and obviously we need something to hit the dark types because there's a plethora of dark types in this tier, so Signal Beam hits them for super effective, which obviously they're immune to Psychic. And we have just a Bold Nature maxing out its physical bulk because Command is going to get us make us stronger. on the special tide. Now this is very slow, so it's not still likely to sweep. Because of you're most of the time you're still taking hits. But if you get a command off and like we have his team chipped out good amount, or we have all the checks out, obviously thanks to recover, there's a good chance that Duosion might still sweep. Next up we have Marowak, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I really like Marowak. It is not good, but it is usable here. Obviously banned from ZU, which is where I would love to have used it otherwise, but because I can't, I'm using it here. Obviously giving it a thick club to actually make it very powerful. This time we're not actually running an Sorceress set. We have Earthquake, Stone Edge, Double Edge. Double Edge is here just to hit stuff that otherwise would resist it. Us, like like fighting types. That we can't hit with Earthquake or anything like with Double Edge. We don't really care about the final move here. Like, you get some coverage with like stuff like Iron Head or stuff like that, but Double Edge is just so much more powerful that if we're looking for coverage and we're going to be hit for neutral most of the time anyway, I might as well it be just a more powerful move. And then Marowak is also our rocker of choice. We do have a second rocker on the team as well in Torterra. Torterra can't be crit thanks to Shell Armor, which, given Jeexx's card chop in the Champions episode, I think is very good to have. But also we have Synthesis, Woodhammer, and Toxic. Woodhammer is just there so we aren't setup bait for anything, but obviously I cannot touch any steel types with this, but we do have like good matchups in the steel types otherwise, so I don't think it's too much of an issue. Next up we have the Simiset that I was talking about earlier. Gluttony obviously lets us eat its Salakberry at Half-Life, which gives it +1 speed, and that means that it's afterwards outspeeding the entire metagame, apart from Scarfers and even some slower Scarfers. So Simiset low-key pretty good. Substitute obviously there to help us proc our own Salakberry, a Nasty Plot to potentially sweep. Obviously, if given the chance, like we can sweep with this, but the issue here is that for our sweep, we are relying on some quite unreliable moves in a Fire Blast and a Focus Blast, but sometimes to make a ZU Mon viable in PU, you gotta make sacrifices. Next we have a Zip Striker here. I'm running a special Zip Striker. Obviously the special attack set is not great, but Zip Striker's speed tier is actually really good. It is faster than Rapidash, which is really nice, and I think like this is something that Jeexx might not expect, especially because we are still running Sapsipper, and the reason for Sapsipper here is that none of the other abilities are really great, and obviously that covers up our two different weaknesses to grass by giving us an actual immunity. Obviously we can't make use of the attack raise, but still I feel like this should be fine. Obviously having fire, electric, and ice for coverage gives you super effective moves on most of the metagame, which means that which is the reason why we're running an expert belt. Finally, we have the actual thing that is more likely to sweep here in Goldeck with lefties. It is Cloud9 here because Damp, I don't really care about that. I don't expect to see Rain here. Substitutes Calm Mind, very similar philosophy here to Simisear and Duosion, but we have Scald and Ice Beam for our moves. And obviously, Scald, not the strongest water type move, so wouldn't you want something that's going to be more likely to hit things for harder? And I think Scald is just so powerful that I would rather just have the consistency and the chance to burn there instead of going for something like Hydro Pump or even Surf to just hit harder. But the 30% chance to burn is just so big, especially like when you're looking at our team, we don't have much other status, so going for Scald burns is going to be more likely. As with the other one, we have a pretty slow team for the most part, but we do also have some speedsters here. Starting us off, we have BHM. The ability is analytic, which means that you essentially have a life force boost for free if your Pokemon is the last to move in a turn. And BHM is so very slow and has the same special attack set as Duosion. It feels like similar niches. As you can see, like I'm running the literal same a move lineup as I am with my Duosion. Calm Mind, Psychic, Signal Beam, Recover, exact same 4 moves, and I'm also running a Bold Nature here. So the philosophy here is the exact same, and this time we just have, instead of Magic Guard, obviously making us immune to any status or Stealth Fox, we have a power boost in most scenarios. And we obviously, since we're not we are a fully evolved Pokemon, we're instead electing to go for lefties instead of EV Light. But essentially this does the same stuff as the Ocean does. Then we have Stunfisk here with lefties and static. This is our rocker of choice. Discharge, earth power, toxic. Stunfisk doesn't really get anything like crazy. Decided to make it physical bulky because it gets static. So pivoting something like U-turn on Stunfisk, it gives you a 30% chance to get paralyzed. So pivoting isn't actually free against our team, but this is our like physical wall. Discharge also a 30% chance to paralyze. We have toxic here, so this is going to be our status distributor. Before we go into our like actual speedsters, I'll cover our special wall in Tentacool. Fully maxing out its special attack, giving it EV Light. If we get hit on the physical side by anything, if somebody if Jeexx thinks of clicking Earthquake, we will evaporate. But at the same time, we will be at almost a 500 special defense stat, which means that we can shrug off almost all special moves. And then for our moves, like we're just running a bunch of utility here. And this is our Rapid Spinner, Toxic Spikes there also as well. Scald, Knockoff, like we have so many ways of obviously spreading status here as well. And Knockoff just nice to remove items. The last move doesn't really matter. I was thinking of running something like Haze maybe, but if I'm going to be hazing something, I would more often than not like just go for Scald Burns or set up a layer spike. So I figured that Knockoff just made more sense to maybe remove something like a Leftovers from our opponent. Obviously no recovery for us, unfortunately, and we're electing to go for Liquid Ooze because it's the only ability that really does anything. It's essentially just like if Jeexx running something with Giga Drain or the likes, they will take some extra damage. Now for their actual speedsters, first we have our Specs, Mon, in Shifty. None of these two moves really do anything. I'm hoping that I don't get slept. I don't actually know. Is there even sleep in this metagame? I honestly didn't even look at it, but I just figured that, okay, I don't think any of these abilities are going to do anything, but if Jeexx comes here with like something like a Sunny Day Rapidash, which I could see him doing, Chlorophyll might be helpful for that, and we also have Hidden Power Ground here, so if there are Sunny Day shenanigans, maybe we can catch a Fire type by surprise, but for the other stuff, we just have Dark Pulse, Leaf Storm, and Focus Blast, just hard-hitting moves. We're maxing out our special attack as well, and going modest stats, so Shifty should be hitting very hard. Then for our choice band, we have Southland here with Intimidate. It's looking to come in a lot of the times, and I'm electing to forego Scrappy in favor of Intimidate, especially because like we're like relatively bulky on the special side for most of that stuff, but like I said, like if something thinks of clicking a physical move on our Tentacle, we will just explode, so this helps circumvent that a little bit for the team. Return is what we're looking to click most of the time, but if there's something like a Ghost type, for example, I would love to click Pursuit on that. Fire Fang and Superpower there for coverage, obviously to help with the Steel types that otherwise like a lot of our team actually struggles with. And finally, to finish off the choice trifecta, which is nice that we actually have all three choice items here instead of, unlike champions, I don't know why I brought that up, we have Monferno here. One of my favorite middle evolutions out of any starter, I really like Monferno. And Close Combat Flare Blitz, Thunder Punch, U-Turn, it makes it just a really good pivot, and it actually has a decently good stat profile for a middle evolution. So I'm still looking at it to hit relatively hard. We're going for Blaze because the only thing that we really care about for Iron Fist would be Thunder Punch, and I would rather in a situation where I go down to Blaze range, maybe I click Flare Blitz on something, I put myself with Recoil down to Rage, and then I benefit on another Flare Blitz, I benefit Flow Blades. I think that's more likely to come up than Thunder Punch boosted with Iron Fist to picking up a KO that I otherwise wouldn't. So those are the two teams that I'm playing. Obviously, a lot more familiar territory for me now when we're back in the realm of singles. And also, I'm just playing double balanced teams. So that's pretty nice. But that is it for my teams. I think we yapped a lot. Yeah, 12 minutes. Usually, it's around 10. I thought that was like a little more so. But I think that's still a like pretty good amount. Thank you so very much for watching the team breakdowns. Hopefully enjoyed Jeexx as well. And afterwards, I will see y'all in the battle zone.
We are playing Gen 5 PU. Yippee! I'm running Bennett, Mr. Mime, Mothim, not Vivillio, Mothim, Articuno, Maractus, and Torterra. Bennett has Thunder, Shadowclaw, Will-O-Wisp, Strict, because, wait, what does this have Thunder? What am I doing, bro? I don't think this is supposed to be thunder, but I think that's kind of fucking based. So maybe I'll just keep it at. Oh. Then again. Oh. Could do something fucking nasty here. Let me just see. Gunk shot is a 120 base power thing. It's like thunder, but okay. I'm keeping thunder on this because I think I was cooking something and I don't know what I was cooking. I made this team 2 months ago. Mr. Mon with Calm Mind, Fake Out, Psychic Thunderbolt. Okay, well. Okay, yeah. Mothling with U-Turn Toxic, Electro Web, Air Slash, Speed Control. Articuno with Roost, Protect, Toxic, Ice Beam. Do you not get Icy Wind or something? No, you don't. Dude, this guy is evil. The guy who built this team is evil. Maractus, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Spikes, Toxic. I did change this earlier. I was wondering about the Life Orb specifically, but I decided that I'm going to keep the Life Orb because the only damaging move that I have is Giga Drain, and that means I'm going to heal like a percentage more because of Giga Drain dealing more. Then we have Torterra with Rocky, Helmet Shell, Mer Stealth Rock, EQ, Woodhammer, Synthesis. Dude, what the This is... Dude, either this guy is evil or I'm not him. I don't know. Dude, that's yeah, it's a stall team from what I can tell. Stunfisk, Luxray, Gramble, Zubat, Girafarig, and Shit Ninja. I feel like there was a tier shift here because earlier I was looking at ZU Pokemon for our ZU team, and Girafarig is in ZU, even though I'm pretty sure I originally built this with the idea of, oh, it's a PU team. But a lot of the Mons are like in ZU, and I don't know if that's because they're actually ZU or if I'm just fucking... Or if they were ZU at the time and I just took dog shit Mons or what. But yeah, we have Stunfisk with Lefty, Static. Could also go with literally anything else here. But Static I felt like was the most impactful because it gives me a bit of speed control, which I don't really need for a lot of the Mons. But for stuff like Gramble, for example, it's fairly slow. I would like to have some speed control because of that. And obviously it's especially this time, this is a bulky fucker. It has Scald as well for hitting certain targets. It's got Stealth. I do think there's an argument to be made that I don't actually care about this, so I should probably just go for like this and then oops. There we go. Let's go with that. I think that might make more sense. But yeah, it's Giga bulky now. Then we have Luxray with Volt Switch, Thunder Wave, Signal Beam, Hidden Power Grass, Special Attacker, Giga Slow, Expert Bail. It's got Ultimate Giga Coverage. It's got Intimidate. You could again make the argument that you should probably be... And honestly, I'm going to make the argument that I would rather have this guy be bulky than, you know, anything else. This thing is probably not going to take a hit. And in fact, I'm going to give you like... Citrus Berry. I'm gonna take this away. I'm gonna put screens on here. Light screen, and then yeah, let's go with that. I think Thunderbolt might make more sense than this, but I'll keep this for now. I have Volt Switch for hitting things anyway, but yeah. Then we have a Gramble with Choice Scarf, Intimidate. Oh yeah, it's Scarfed. That's a part of the reason why it's also not that fast. I do think that this is still fine for speed control, but could make the argument of running Band here, but I don't have any priority moves on this thing. I could put like priority quick attack on it, I think, but I don't think that's strong enough. Do you get quick attack? Do you not get... Oh, fuck. OCC. Oh well. Then we have Zubat with Lumberry, Unaware, Air Slash, Roost, Knockoff, Thunderwave. Then we have Life Orb, Sap, Zipper, Psychic, Shadow Ball, Energy Ball, Hyper Voice, Girafarig. And then we have Choice Scarf, Wonder Guard, Will-O-Wisp, Baton, Bass, Trick, Sucker Punch, Shit Ninja. Hell yeah. Anywho. I don't know what this is gonna be like because the guy that built these teams was on something 2 months ago. Probably a lot of fucking caffeine and sugar because I made these teams around the time that I was doing exams. So we'll see how this goes. Anyhow, good luck with the games.
But now you've stacked your luck for yourself. But how about that Gen 5 PU?
Gen 5 PU is fucking PU. I'm inspired by the guy that we saw yesterday, by the way.
Oh?
The guy with the Luxray.
Interesting.
I was going through my breakdowns, and I saw that there was... Wait, where's this? I literally changed this during the breakdown. Why is this back to being a sweeper? I changed it to be giga bulky defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm thinking like, okay, I'm gonna switch this shit in. I'm gonna intimidate your fucking Granbull or whatever the fuck, and then it's gonna take a hit because it's got a gazillion. Wait, this is actually the wrong team. Wait, what? Wait, I even gave it light screen and the light screen wasn't there. Wait, that's weird. Did my changes not get saved or something? Well, whatever.
There is no save button, so that would be a first.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But like you can watch the breakdown when you go through them, and you'll see that like even my Stunfisk is different now because I changed my Stunfisk as well. Because I was like, I don't really give a fuck about this being a attacker, so I'm just gonna make it giga defensive.
But yeah, I'll obviously see those after because I wouldn't want to know your sets when we're going into this. So we're playing half open team sheet.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you can maybe hear from my voice, I'm still feeling a little bit strained when it comes to my voice, so I will be yapping less today than I usually do. But otherwise, like I'm still chilling. I don't think there's a lot of like super interesting stuff in this format, I'll be honest. So
no, I
both
think
of my
this
teams
is
are like very plain and boring. So
very bottom tier.
there's like a couple like neat mons, but apart from that, like there's not really anything super interesting or special.
Yeah.
So shall we get right to it?
Okay.
All right. Best of luck. I will send you the challenge in just a second, and I'll see you after. All right. And yeah, as you can maybe hear, and like I just said, I feel not great. So yeah, I'm still gonna be talking about my thoughts, obviously, but apart from that, like we're chilling. Let me just put something in the background. Shout out Glitch City as always, and I will send Jeexx the challenge. So we're doing Gen 5 PU. And yeah, like I said, I don't think there's a lot of like super interesting stuff about my teams, but we'll see what we can do. Also, I have a Pokemon Champions video coming out tomorrow, which I think is banger, so stay tuned for that. Oh, he has a cool team. Bennett is there, which obviously not surprising. He's very weak to Monferno. And I do have Firefang on Stoutland, so I don't hate the matchup. He also has two mons that are like quadruple weak to rocks, so I'm sure he has like some way of getting rid of them. He does have a spin blocker, obviously, also in I don't think otherwise, like Stunfisk does a lot here. I'm very physically bulky, so I think I live everything. I think getting rocks up here is super important. Does... Okay, no. I was gonna say like, does this thing... Oh yeah, I should probably start this. But I do think getting rocks up in this matchup is gonna be super useful. I have no idea what this thing would ever do. It probably gets taunt, right? Mr. Mime, do you get taunt? I'm sure you do, yeah. So he's definitely taunting here. He doesn't have a resist for Shift 3, so I think I just switch here. I think the taunt is too obvious. Clone Mind. Interesting. Would I have lost to this if I just stayed in? There's no longer kills, unfortunately. But I do have a Scarf Monferno. afterwards, so I'll still click Dark Pulse. Like I said, he doesn't have a resist. Okay, so is this thing Sash? No, it just... We have to stop the meme. Did he just switch that into die just to keep the meme going? Because I think thus far in our prog series, Burnett has not done anything but die. My theme does get U-turn, obviously. I think he is always clicking U-turn. I don't think I have a punish for that, but if he goes back into Mr. Mime here, I think I'm kind of chilling on that. Let's pray for the 30% static chance. Toxic. Interesting. Now I do want rocks up, obviously, because like I said, he has to. He might go Articuno here, which would be, I think, really good. But I think I just have a really good team matchup here. There's Maractus. Okay, we do get rocks up. What does this thing have? And do I need this for anything? This thing is really bad into his entire team. I'm kind of inclined to just stay in and click Toxic here. Leech Seed, okay. Well, we're definitely not staying in now. But what do I go into? I don't hate Tentacool just in case he's going for a Giga Drain here. Also, I do think Behem can kind of set up for free on this thing. Do I need Tentacool? Not really. What do I expect him to do? I kind of want to call out the Giga Drain. I don't know why. I just have a feeling. There's also a world where he just double switches. But I don't hate my matchup into anything that isn't Torterra on Tentacool. There's the Leech Seed. I don't mind this, because like I said, I do have this thing. I am taking damage here. I can obviously Rapid Spin this away. I can also knock off, which is pretty free against his team. Like I said, I don't think I need the Toxic Spikes. I don't care about the Rapid Spin. I'll just click knock off, because knocking off Torterra's lefties or a Sash on... Actually, Sash knockoff doesn't matter because I have rocks up. I wonder if this thing... What things gets Rapid Spin here apart from Tentacool? Tentacool Deliberate Spin does, so he doesn't have ways to get rid of rocks. Okay, let's see what item is this. Lumberry, okay. He also takes damage here. He can obviously just explode me. But at this point, I don't know if I care about my Tentacool. But at the same time, like, I kind of don't have a reason to not keep it alive. I'll go Shifty again. I want to keep him honest. I want him to show me that he has something to hit Shifty with. Because I am faster than this thing, always. Actually, it's surprisingly fast. Hold up. Am I faster? Brother, I am slower than this thing. Thunderbolt, okay. Smoke, no para. I still think I click Dark Pulse here because he has no resists. So I always want to lock myself into it. Obviously, Leaf Storm hits nothing here. It's resisted by 3 of his Mons. Focus Blast doesn't really do anything, and it's only gonna miss ever. And Hidden Power Ground does nothing. But like I said, I do think like I have an incredible team matchup here. So Jeexx is gonna have to play really well. I think this just kills. Now does he go Articuno after? Do I just kill this thing? I'm expecting this to be really bulky, so I don't think so. But I do get a lot of chip, and I don't know like what would he have to hit me for hard. It is gonna be an end game where I have to fight Mr. Mime though. What is his Mime? Is it Filter? It's probably Filter. I doubt he would be a Technician. Yeah, it is especially bulky. That didn't do a lot of damage. Now we do have a guaranteed kill here. I'm just gonna stay in and keep clicking Dark Pulse. I'm worried that he's never brought out Torterra. Like, is it Shell Smash or something? I have half my team who's never hit the field even. Like, I've just thus far played with these 3 Mons. Okay. This thing is definitely faster than me, but it doesn't matter because I have 1 Inferno. So I'm just gonna stay in and click Dark Pulse. I'm faster, yeah. Oh, that is so bulky. He's risking the flinch here though. I don't think I have a reason to switch out because I can always just kill this thing with. I lock myself into Flare Blitz and I just win afterwards. Actually, I don't even need to go Flare Blitz. I can go into this because it's same speed. Yeah, I don't need to switch here because I can always beat. Yeah, I'm good. I'm just staying in a Dark Pulse because he's also risking flinches. Yeah, I was gonna say, like he's risking flinches here if he's staying in. It's 20% chance to flinch if he's trying to just roost stall me. Okay, now the roost stall is more relevant, but also now we just go Monferno and win. Okay, yeah, that was obvious. And no matter what he goes, like Torterra gets 2-hit KO'd by Flare Blades, Mr. Mime should die. Like, this should be game at this point. What? Okay, but that doesn't matter. Even if he gets the double protect, I kill this thing. Dude, Jeexx loves playing stall. If he gets the triple protect, actually the triple protect doesn't even matter. But his only play here is to go for a triple protect. Or I was gonna say like, or if he wants to sack something, he can sack something and I die to recoil. But I don't die to recoil here yet. And now, do I call out the protect though? Do I need to call out the protect? I don't think so. I can just keep this thing alive. At this point, I don't need a lot of my stuff. I'd like to bring you in healthy, because it is going to be an end game where I'm up against. Actually, Articuno, yeah, never mind. Articuno dies to... Oh, he probably forgot about rocks. Yeah, Articuno dies to rocks, so I get to stay in a Flare Blitz. This also shows me if he has protect on this thing. But yeah, I think he forgot about rocks. Or... Actually, no, this thing doesn't get Rapid Spin. Oh my god, yeah, it was offensive, Torterra. GG. Horrible. Yeah, he forgot about Blaze. That's it. I think your team was cringe. GG's. I didn't even get to show off the BHM. Silver bullets, he's alright. Actually, neither of these two Mons got to do anything. Alright. Now let's see if we can make magic happen again. Obviously, not getting to show off the BHM doesn't really matter. Since I'm the exact same set on my Duosion, so. Okay. Terrific, he does have Shedinja, so if I get rocks up, he immediately loses. Marowak actually looks really good here. What's actually the punish if I just lead Marowak? I do have Stone Edge for Shedinja there too. If it goes... Actually, is Torterra better? I think Torterra is better. I didn't need Torterra that much because I don't have a ground type move on it. And I can always Toxic the Shedinja if it leads that. I think I'm gonna lead Torterra here. Because if Shrika isn't looking great, I will be honest, but HP Ice is gonna be nice. Obviously it does Subsip, but it doesn't do anything here. And I think there is a chance after we chip down the Stunfisk and do some damage on the Luxray to sweep with Golduck. Toxic is more likely to hit than Stone Edge, so just in case he leads Shedinja, I'd rather lead for this, but once again I really want Rocks up. There's the Shedinja, so we just Toxic and this thing dies. So I get a Scarf, and he dies to Toxic. Okay. I do have a Scarf Toxic though, and he doesn't have anything to be immune to it. If he's got Luxray, then okay, sure. Do I care about him getting rocks up here? I really don't. I think getting Toxic on this is valuable, so I'm fine with this. There's the rocks. I don't have a way to spin these away, but I don't really care, like I said. I think he's just gonna click Toxic here. So I'll just swap to Marowak. And that's a really unlucky crit. We are faster than him. And I do Oko with Earthquake, but do I think he stays in? I don't think he does. Would he stay in though? That's such a bad crit, man. There's no way he's staying in. If I lose this thing... Losing this thing means that I do lose to... Luxray in the end game, so I don't think I can let this thing go down, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't. I want to get rocks up, but they're not that important, and I do think that preserving Marowak, especially because I'm slower than this thing, suck. Not having Earthquake here sucks. Obviously, if that didn't crit, like, I would be in a, like, very good position. But that crit is really bad for me. I'll still try to win. Okay. I'm glad I did this. He does obviously have... This thing could have Taunt as well, but I think, like, getting the information there is valuable enough. So I'm just gonna click Stealth Rock still. I'm sure this thing is unaware. If he's simple, I obviously don't have Stone Edge on this thing. So if he's simple, there's the Ear Slash, no flinch, thank you. If this thing is simple, would have been like simple Coal Mine, that would have been scary. Do I just sack this thing though? What do I need my Sims here for? I definitely live. Air slash. Actually, after rocks, it does a lot. I'll just go Zipstrika here, I think. We do get Parrot, which is unfortunate. Part of me wants to just click Overheat. I obviously do kill this thing with an electric move, but the paralysis sucks, but at least we can't get full Parrot, obviously, because we're an electric type, if I recall correctly how that works. I think going Stunfisk is so obvious, so I could still, like, do I kill the Stunfisk? After Overheat? The hell no, dude, this thing is so tanky. I'll just click hit HPIs. I think it's obvious that I have it. I'm just so glad I got the damage on the Stunfix. The issue now here is that everything in his team is... Actually, let me see. Marowak... Stunfisk, because he's not gonna be investment. I'm gonna be faster than the Stunfisk. And I'm not gonna be faster than like anything else, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not gonna be faster than anything else. I do still need the Marowak for the Stunfisk. Gramble, okay. I wish you can get full para, that sucks. Yeah, he's getting very lucky this game, which is obviously, we can't do anything about that. The thing does get Earthquake, yeah. But we'll still do our best. I would like to have a Torterra, but I think as a Choice Scarf, I think we gotta sack it. But yeah, the immediate crit on Stunfisk and the full para on that, like, probably seals the deal, but we'll see. I'm gonna be faster because of the Scarf, and I think I will just send a Woodhammer. He's very likely to go into Swoop Out, but he'll take rocks damage from that, so I don't really mind, and everything else like takes a lot from Woodhammer, so. But yeah. Very unfortunate hacks here, but... And unfortunately, this team is definitely worse into his other team. I still think like it's somewhat favored, but it is still like quite unfortunate, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, he is Scarf. Okay. So Scarf Gramble. Now, how do I punish this? I don't really have a way to. How much do I take? This thing we know it's Choice Scarf. How much do I take? Frustration has a good chance to OHKO me. And I don't get Salakberry procced yet. I don't think I have a way to kill this thing, unfortunately. Yeah. I think I just need to go Golduck, which sucks because I would have loved to play for a Golduck endgame here. But I think we have to like chip things down and try to win with Duosion. But I can't set up anything here. I just need to click Scald and hope for a burn. The burn is literally the only way I can come back to this game. I'll actually keep it there just to... Let me put that all here. And let me put this stuff here. Just to have like the maximum amount of calcs, because I don't know yet whether it's Adam. Actually, let me see. My Torterra with a Choice Scarf is... what? Torterra with no investment with Scarf. burn, Gramble, max speed, Jolly with Scarf. 207. What about if it's adamant? It should still be faster. 180, yeah. So we don't know that yet. Okay, we do get the burn, which is pretty big. Do I set up a coal mine here? Is that greedy? I think this thing is gonna thunderbolt me though. I'm gonna click, okay. I can't sub unfortunately after that. It does the burn though. I wish I calm minded. This thing gets a free kill here, but honestly, since we're parried here, the zip strike is kind of pointless anyway. I can't bring in scimitar here because I can't take the rocks damage. The issue is just that we will just lose to these two in the end game because of the crit on our Marowak, so. Do I still click HP Ice? This thing can just kill me, which is probably what he'll just do. I'll click overheat. Okay. It doesn't do much. We do get some toxic damage on this, and now this is where I think we have to go to Ocean and try to set up. This is the only turn we can try for that. I have to try. There's Earth Power. We don't take that much from it. Please forget about Magic Guard and the click. Toxic. The issue here is it's only about time before he gets the drops. He's letting us get damage on this though, which is good. But the issue is that because Marowak is so slow, I don't think this stuff matters. I do have a free recover here, but afterwards the question is what happens. It's like Scald. Get a burn, get a burn. Fuck. Okay. Is it better for me to get another Calm Mind? I actually think I recover to be full life. If he stays in, do I KO Gramble? Gramble guaranteed. I definitely don't kill this. I don't have a way to kill the Swoobat even after rocks damage, which is the issue. If I don't Calm Mind. If I Calm Mind, I die to Gramble though, right? Actually don't. Is this greedy? I think Calm Mind is the play. Oh! Wait, that's so good for me. Wait, that's actually so perfect. Because now I get to recover. Because he's faster than me. Oh wait, this... He might have thrown the end game. We might have set up a Duosion sweep here. It depends on what... Yes! That felt good. I think we navigated the end game pretty well. Jeexx.
Jeexx. She's gonna take another 15 minutes to close that game out.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, like, I just...
I would rather kill myself.
I OHKO everything. I have Signal Beam for Swoobat. What did Luxray have?
Light Screen, Signal Beam, Thunderwave, Volt Switch.
Okay, yeah. Then it should have been... Rap. I did have also... Like, Scimitar is also faster than... Luxray.
Okay. Is Scimitar Scarfed or...
It is a timid Salakberry Nasty Blood. Wait, what did I have on it? Let me remind myself. Nasty Blood, Fire Blast, Focus Blast.
Alright.
Did Luxray have... Luxray doesn't get
No.
recovery other than lefties, right?
No.
Okay, yeah.
Luxray didn't have shit. This is literally a dog shit mod that I was intending to just have be there to tank physical hits, and then I ran into a special attacking team that had one physical attacker that I couldn't check anyway.
Yep.
So, you know, I would rather not bother playing that out.
Yeah, and at that point, like, it didn't matter anyway. It's a full if staff Trojan as well, so whatever Gramble goes for, it just lives. The first team, so the BM in the first team and the Trojan in the second team are literally identical. Like both of them, I went bold, Coal Mine, Recover, Psychic, Signal Beam. And then the rest of the stuff is just kind of whatever. I'll be honest, I forgot that electric types could get full parried in Gen 5. I thought like you can get paralyzed by Thunder Wave, but you can't get full parried. And it's funny even because I literally said that and immediately after just the first turn full power.
But why would they not be able to get full parried if they've been paralyzed?
No, it's just because I'm pretty sure there was like initially you have the like obviously you can paralyze, you can paralyze electric types, you can burn fire types, all of that stuff. But then I swear at some point it was like you can still get paralyzed, but you just you don't have a chance to full para. And then obviously later they make it so that you're just immune to paralysis if you're an electric type. I'm pretty sure. I might be misremembering.
I think you can still get parried by Body Slam. I think it's just specifically Thunderwave doesn't work on electric types anymore.
Let me see. I mean, Thunderwave, yeah, but... But anything...
I think this is a dog shit format. This is like the least interesting thing that we've played in ages. Especially like going from playing champions to this is like, dude, I don't know. I think this is.
Yeah, X and Y and later they're completely immune to paralysis, whether it's Body Slam or whatever. I figured.
Interesting. I was under the impression that you could still get parried through like non-electric type moves.
Yeah.
Which would make sense, by the way. Because the reason why I get paralyzed by Body Slam is because it's breaking your fucking back. So, you know.
Life could be a dream.
Maybe don't have backs. Maybe they're all like non-vertebrates, you know. They can't get paralyzed because of that.
Also, shout out by the way. Generations 1 to 5, electric types are immune to paralysis caused by electric type moves like Thunder Wave.
Wait, what? Where does that say that, huh?
Can
In the breakdown for the series, or?
No, let me... Yeah, so according to Bulbapedia, I shouldn't be able to get paralyzed by Thunder Wave. What?
Where does it say that?
Why did my... It's literally like a generation... What the... Okay. Yeah, the AI is telling me this, but give me a non-AI setter also.
Many movies that cause paralysis are electric type, ground type, Pokemon can be paralyzed.
Okay, but here Bulbapedia says that you can in Gen 5
are you looking at the...
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The AI breakdown or
no,
something?
No, I'm looking at Bulbapedia.
Okay.
According to this AI, this stuff, no, that shit is never right, so... Yeah, I was just confused, but yeah, okay. So it was just like you're completely immune. I could have sworn that it was like generation 1 to 4 you could get paralyzed. Generation 5 you could get paralyzed, but you can't get full parrot. And then in 6 onward it was like you're just immune to paralysis. But I guess I misremembered stuff. But yeah, so the like, I do agree with the what you thought on the format, and like I said, like there are a couple cool ones that I was referring to. I like Duosion a lot. I like the whole Reuniclus line. It's one of my favorite lines from Gen 5, and it's like it's one of the few psychic types that I actually really like. I think like Duosion and Reuniclus especially like are super cool. I obviously love Marowak. I've talked about that a lot, and I do like Monoferno a lot. But apart from those, like there's not really much there. And and initially I was gonna run physical Substriker, but if you look at its fucking move pool, dude, this physical move pool is so dog shit. So I still ran Sapsiper on it, which is funny that it ended up being like this way. Because imagine if this shit matched into your other team with double grass types.
Brother, I would be sucking up that shit like no one's business.
You're so right. But yeah, dude, but I need to say, like, I am dead ass. I thought you sent out Bennett to die just to keep the meme going. Like, I literally thought you sacked it just because I'm pretty sure thus far without fail, Bennett has always got an O code. Every single time it showed up.
It actually didn't show up in Champions. You know what?
Yeah, right. No, I'm talking like whenever like it's made an appearance.
In Gen 4 it had Focus Sash.
Oh, okay.
That's the point, because like that's why I was like, oh yeah, you have Sash, right? I'm gonna throw Bennett in. I'm gonna eat this thing. I'm gonna see what he does, and if it's Pulse, then I'm gonna be like, okay. And I get to see what his item is. Oh, he's locked into Dark Pulse now. Okay, and then I died, and I was like, oh yeah, wait, this is Scarf Trick, right? Yeah. Whoops.
Your scarf tricks, but yeah, the
Shedinja. So the obvious idea with the Shedinja was, oh, I'm gonna throw out the Shedinja with Scarf Trick, and if you're throwing out a setup mon, or if you're throwing out a mon that's doing rocks or whatever the fuck, well, that Shin ain't doing that no more.
Yeah, I was literally like talking. I called out the Shedinja lead, and I was essentially like, okay, do I go Marowak to have a Stone Edge if he sends out Shedinja, or do I go Torterra to just kill it with Toxic if he sends out Shedinja? And honestly, if I sent out Marowak and my Marowak in that game was actually Scarfed, like that shit would have gone crazy. Yeah. But unfortunately, because I'm running bulky slow Marowak and it got fucking crit, the only thing it outspeeds now is your Stunfisk, and because it's so low, it just dies to everything else. So ended up kind of unfortunate not being able to do anything, but
I would have probably just thrown out a Will-O-Wisp on the Marowak at that point. But that's also like, okay, well, no. I just I get one shot regardless. But that's kind of the nature of this mon. So I'm running a goofy set which is aiming to kind of abuse the fact that, okay, you're always gonna hit me, right? Like 90% of the time, if you're bringing out a physical mon that can, or like any kind of mon that can attack me, I'm just gonna click Sucker Punch to get chip on it if I think I'm not gonna be able to get out of that, or I'm gonna trick you if you have something that I can actually consume then and there. That will also be nice, but it's unlikely because Focus Sash doesn't work. And if I lock you into pretty much anything other than attacking moves with physical sweepers, it's fine. It's alright.
Okay, but Carve Toxic on Torterra goes kind of crazy though.
Bro, that was kind of menacing when the Scarf Toxic happened on the Stunfisk, and the Stunfisk was like, damn, bro, that hurts. And then it like lived the most out of all of my other mons, and yeah.
It was also extra scary because I didn't have a ground type move on Torterra.
Oh, but the name, by the way, fits really well. Now that I'm thinking about it.
What are these? What is Swoobat reference to?
Swoobat was supposed to be, what was it again? Let me see.
Bro, you're just breaking rules every week now.
Yeah, there was a specific manga that I was like, I'm gonna name this after that, but I'm gonna need to go double check what the full title is.
I see. Akane Banashi was something that I think I've heard at some point, but that's the only one out of those that ring any bells.
These are all like series that are currently airing, and one of them is the ones that are like that I'm supposed to be watching. So I was thinking about the 6th show that I would put this on. I'm gonna double check what it was. It's not JoJo, because JoJo I'm not watching this season because JoJo isn't out. Liar Game, that's it. Yeah, yeah, Liar Game this year. It's a fucking manga that I read 12 years ago, and it's getting an anime after like 11 years since it ended.
Hugh.
Fuga. Oh, yeah. Then there's obviously Witch Hat, Atelier, and Bookworm for Bookworm season 4. The other team was horror movies with like
Horror.
creatures.
Oh, I see.
The Exorcist for a doll that's possessed by a ghost. The Vanishing for the invisible. Like the Vanishing is actually weird because it's basically it's a mime, so she's gonna be gone. It's gonna go downstairs or something with a little trick where they like lower their body as they're walking. That thing. And the Fly for Motham, and the Birds for Articuno, Invisible Man for Maractus because it's not gonna do anything, and then Torterra for those.
That is actually so accurate.
I do think that this Maractus did work. It got 2 Toxics off and 2 Leech Seeds, and then the second Leech Seed was a Liquid Ooze.
Yeah.
I think the fact that it happened to be Tentacool on that team kind of fuck with this. You know, other than that, this would have been pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, to be fair, I did also like have a lot of like fire type coverage, and dude, that team against Monferno is crazy. Well, shout out Blaze boosted Flare Blitz. I wasn't even adamant. I was Jolly too, so it just Blaze being crazy. But yeah, my names. The first one, villainous teams. Team Rocket, Team Skull, Team Aqua, Team Magma, Team Plasma, Team Galactic. Oh yeah, BHM you didn't get to see. That was Team Galactic because it's literally an alien, and the only one that like I wanted. The only ones that didn't like really make sense is Stoutland was just a rocket, but I was just, I mean, it's a fucking choice band. This Stoutland, it's gonna explode anything that it hits. So it hits like a truck, it hits like a rocket, it's like a missile. It's close enough. Shifty Skull just makes sense. Obviously, the fire type is Team Magma, the water type is Team Aqua. And then at the end of it all, I was just like, you know what? I have a nothing for this Tunfisk. You can be called Plasma Bro. But for the other one, it was Smash Games. 64 Melee, Ultimate Brawl, Project M, and Smash 4. Yeah.
One of those is not like the others. One of these doesn't belong.
Well, see here. Don't worry about it. The one of them was also an electric type that got full parrot, so it's defining expectations left and right.
True and real.
Man. But apart from that, like nothing. I'm just sad I didn't get to click Earthquake on my Thick Club Marowak. That's Adamant max attack, so it could hit something with its fucking 572 attack stat. Smile.
Me when I did exactly that after an SD against the fucking Fortress, and the Fortress lived on like 1%, and I was sad.
Yeah. Unfortunatos. But
next up, maybe something better.
Something better when we're going to ZU. I mean, to be fair, like in the later formats like Sun and Moon ZU, I actually quite like, because at that point, obviously, it's the largest available Pokemon pool ever in Pokemon history. So ZU is just like, hey, here's just 500 different Pokemon. So that makes it kind of cool. But still, like at this point, like ZU is more of the same. I also noticed one thing already in this format is like we were both using like multiple ZU Mons. Obviously, Marok isn't properly properly PU. It's just banned from ZU, and Simsir is obviously ZU. I wanted because obviously like for this team, like I wanted a special attacker, and I wanted a fire type to complete the fire water grass core. And if you look at if you look at PU, there are 2 fire types, and they are Monferno, which I'm using in my other team already, and the other is Rapidash. So very much not a special attacker. So I was like, all right, well, there is literally only one special attacker that I can go. Actually, 2, because there is
Macargo.
Okay, Macargo isn't anything attacker. It's send it in to die. It has terrible typing, and its better attacking stat is 80, and it's 30 speed. Like it is, bro, might deserve vote status when it comes to Pokemon. But it's literally like it's Heat more, which is dog shit special attack. Sorry, dog shit speed, and I wanted this team to be fast because I already had a bunch of slow mons, obviously, in Marak and Duosion. So I wanted a fast special attacker. So there was literally one option.
What if they gave Macargo Drought? Huh?
I mean, it would still be worse, Torkoal. Because it just doesn't do damage. That's the issue. Like, I don't...
120 base defense,
like, literally the only way to make Macargo maybe usable is like, okay, give it a Mega Evolution that gives it fucking Levitate, and then click Body Press on this mon. Like, it's just fucking bad.
Okay, but what if we make it a flying type instead, and give it a new type, a new ability on top?
Okay, low key, it would be really funny if there's a Pokemon that's a Mega that is just like it completely abandons its old statue. Like Macargo Mega, 410 base stats total. Okay, Macargo regular and Macargo Mega is gonna be 510. It's pure flying type. It's a physical attacker. The stat spread is like completely different. It's 120 base speed. It's just like it just becomes something else entirely. Like a butterfly hatches from its fucking shell.
That would be crazy, actually. Come on, think about it.
But it's like, yeah, it's the Mons dog
saving Private Macargo.
That would be funny. Also, shout out for using Mothim. That mon is poo from a butt, but I think Mothim might be my favorite butterfly. Fucking yeah, butterfly. I don't know why. I'm Pokemon brain, so I literally was like, it's the animal is called Butterfree. No, Pokemon is Butterfree.
Yeah.
I do like Vivian as well, mostly just because it has the different cool forms. But yeah, not much else for me at least to say about PU. Obviously, ZU, the Monpool is a lot bigger. And maybe some mons like Luxray can actually do something there. But dude, Luxray is like the mon that I am the most sad about being so dog shit because I fucking love Luxray. It's
watch
like
out,
the coolest.
Weebfox.
What?
You're gonna get attacked by the mob in my Twitch chat. I was talking about Luxray earlier, and they were like, "You talking mad shit about Luxray? Watch out, bro."
It had its moment when we played, what was it, fucking Gen 4 ZU, turbo bulky Luxray with one attacking move is the best Pokemon in the format. Yippee. Fucking awesome, man. But
that's that peak.
Anyways, I'm gonna rock up with Slacking.
Yeah. Honestly? Okay. Is there a skill swap mon in the tier?
We are playing singles, Jeexx. So, unless you want to hook me up... Dude, if you want to hook me up with, I don't fucking know, give me a tinted lens...
Pass an ability on?
Sorry?
Is there a way to pass an ability on? Like, is there anything that's like a baton pass, but you give an ability?
Is it Power of... Power of Alchemy is that for special... No, for items. What was Passimian? Passimian has like a specific ability.
Receiver? The Pokemon copies the ability of an ally that faints. Oh, it's the opposite.
Okay, yeah, gotcha. That's what... Because I was like, those are the only two that I can think of. But yeah, like, okay, Receiver is the other way around. And so you can give Truant to your Passimi.
Yes. But I think,
but yeah, like, I think Power of Alchemy, which is Alola Max signature ability, I think it's that, but yeah, for held items.
No, it seems like it's the same thing. The Pokemon copies the ability of if a defeated ally.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Then I'm misremembering. It's kind of... So there's nothing for items then. That would be especially cool in like VGC where you could like maybe have like double Scarf or something like that. Obviously Scarfed Muck doesn't really do much, but the theory is there.
I mean, think about fucking. Never mind. Apparently, in Scarlet and Violet, Mug was being pretty good at one point because of Sticky Hold being really good into a lot of the knockoff users. So there's that, I guess. But
Yeah, I mean, when Insane and Rilla are like the two most used mons, then there's something there. But
a world where it can be used.
yep, exactly. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us right there. Hopefully you enjoyed. As we established, like next time we're gonna be doing 0 used for Gen 5, and after that, I think we've done Ubers first and then Little Cup, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make sure. Do I have? At some point, I had the stuff laid out as. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's Uber's first, then Little Cup, and we are once again like I think we talked about this at some point before, but we're introducing obviously with Generation 5 monotype into the mix as well, but we're gonna do that then after Little Cup, which I'm really excited for. I think like monotype formats are some of my favorites, which I think is really cool. And I think we also said that when we talked about it before, like we're establishing also a rule for monotype, where for monotype specifically, if you use a type in a generation, that also gets locked out from you for future generations. Because otherwise, like, I genuinely think both of us most of the time would just bring Steel and Ground, because I think Steel is your favorite type as well, right?
Yep, it's pretty much Steel, Ghost, Psychic, Bug, Rock. Like those 5 are the 5 that I'm gonna be like, I want to play these.
But it's like it would be a lot of like similar stuff there as well. And like Ground obviously not only is really good because you get like a really good sand core from like so many different generations. Obviously there's also Lando there. So like this, it's gonna be cool this way, where you're actually gonna have to think like, okay, what do I actually want to play now? Like, what's really cool here that might not be as cool later, or what's something like I really want to play this here and then I'm willing to go for something else later. Obviously, it puts like one more layer on like the monotype specifically, because you have to think like multiple generations. Is like, okay, do I want to play fucking flying Generation 5 or Generation 9, which is like, that's obviously for us a long way ago, but because it's just for that one format, like I think it's still like it's fine, and I'm really excited for that. But before that, we still have the lowest possible lows and the highest possible highs for Generation 5, with obviously the lowest power in ZU and technically Little Cup and Ubers. Yeah,
I was gonna ask about team building rules for stuff like if you make an electric team and a flying team. I assume you're not allowed to, use the same mon in 2 teams.
Yeah, it's still like the same thing still applies. So like for that instance, for example, is there a Rotom Fan is electric flying. So it's like, for example, you can't use Rotom Fan in both of those 2 teams. But if you're wondering for like future, it's like obviously it's perfectly fine. So if you're playing electric and steel for Generation 5 and you're running Rotom Wash, and then for Generation 6 you're doing water and ground, you can do Rotom Wash there once again, obviously. But yeah, the same restriction does apply, that for the 2 monotype teams that we're playing in Generation 5, they still need to be 6 unique mons between each other. Which is what I'm assuming that you were referring to.
Yes. Because I was thinking like, oh wait, can I just make a flying and electric thing, and then I have Thunderous in both? Hey, that would be free.
Well, we're just like, all right, how can I slot as many Jins as possible here?
So, bro, this is a flying team.
Yep.
Come on, man. What do you? We're running both Lando and Thunderous in this shit. Come on,
I mean, of course. Which it doesn't make sense. Yeah. I think flying. Is flying like the best for Generation 5? It's definitely up there, because you have the Jins, you have Dragonite, you have
Gliscor is in there too, and Gliscor is
Gliscor is really good, which gives you an electric immunity. Yeah, honestly, flying might be the goat.
Then there's Garmery, which is neutral against ice.
Yeah, okay, you're right. It also gives you like both spikes and
rock and
phasing.
It's really good, like legitimately. I think flying might be the thing that I go for,
That's fair.
but I'm also leaning towards because I think it's the best. But you know what is also really good?
Hmm?
Have you looked at Psychic?
Oh yeah.
Like, brother, what do you mean? Because I
I mean,
clicked
Psychic
on
has so many
monotype.
mythicals, which is so good. Because it's like,
Yeah,
you have, what? You have Celebi, you have Mew, you have Jirachi, you
Jirachi.
have Victini now as well. Victini is
Oh yeah, yeah,
good.
for
You
fire.
have the Lotties. Alakazam is obviously good because Magic Card is really good. You can do setup, you can do any choice item. If you need a wall, you have Slowbro, Slow King. Like, yeah,
I think
Psychic is
Psychic
also
is
really
really
good.
strong. I think fighting is also all right. I think it kind of feels one-dimensional in what it can do.
Yeah, I mean, you
Because
have the Swords of Justice, which is really good. You get,
yeah,
like, Intimidate from Scrafty if you want that as well, which is pretty good. There's a lot there. I mean, for me, it'll ultimately come down to, like, when I start properly diving into monotype, I'll literally, like, lay out, okay, give me all the generation we have at this point, and what do I want to play where? So I don't run into. I mean, Gen 6 is probably going to be the easiest to limit myself at first because it's like, all right, what Mega Evolutions do I want to play? And then that'll limit me to a certain degree, which is, it's gonna be cool.
yeah. I think I'm leaning towards flying myself, as I mentioned.
Hmm.
But there was a specific thing with flying that I was thinking would be sick, which is Drizzle Pelipper,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like, oh, I'm gonna be running a fucking flying team that's super weak to thunder, but I'm gonna enable thunder myself because I'm gonna use thunder because we're gonna fuck you up. Because
Hmm.
I'm gonna be faster than you. I'm gonna have a billion immunities, so I'm gonna have three guys that are immune to it, and one guy that is so dead to it that he might as well not exist. But I think overall, it's strong
Yeah.
to have Drizzle Pelipper. Unfortunately, it doesn't have Drizzle in Gen 5.
Yeah.
So,
Unlucky. But certainly something that I'm sure we'll see a lot later. And let me see now. Let me say now, as a Champions VGC player, uh, I get to see a lot of Pelipper.
Smog.
Smug. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. Thank you so very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week for Generation 5 ZU. Have a great rest of the week, and peace.